all a big ass distraction. This shit is not okay. It's not okay with me. It's your girl Malia J, and we're back with another video. It's great to have you guys here again. I hope you enjoyed my video that I dropped last week. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Malia J. I do self-help, motivation, inspiration, and conversation videos. But anyways, let's jump straight right in to today's video. So I've been thinking lately about work, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't have a dream job. When I say that I don't have a dream job and it's okay to not have a dream job, is because if you're doing something that makes you truly happy, then it's not considered work. And that's where society has us mixed up with, and they have things backwards, because they're now, well, I guess they've always been, not now. They programmed us into thinking that work, we need to have a dream job. We need to have some type of job that even though we don't really like it, we're going to do it because we need the money to pay our bills, because we don't want to be homeless. Basically, fear. We work every day, even though we're unhappy, based off of fear. It's a fear mentality. It's a fear-mongering society. Because I really truly think deep down inside, even though most people might not want to admit it, is that we're all working based off of fear, because we don't want to be homeless and we don't want to be without certain materialistic things. Because I've come to the conclusion that this is really not what I want to do, but I'm doing this thing because it's going to keep a roof over my head. I'm gonna be able to live the lifestyle that I want to live, and I'm gonna be able to do the things that I want to do. And so this job is going to provide me with the income to do those things. And I was so used to hearing people say, oh, sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do. You got to work where you don't want to work just to make ends meet. And when you grow up hearing all of these things, it sets in with you. It's like conditioning. But not saying that the people around me knew they were conditioning me, just like your parents didn't know they were conditioning you, because I'm pretty sure depending on where you grew up, we all had a similar experience with this, where we hear our parents say you have to do certain things, you have to work for 30, 40 years, you have to retire, you get a pension, you get your retirement check, and you sit on the couch with potato chips and you watch TV. I don't want to be that type of person. I don't want to be the old person or the old lady who's sitting in the house all day long after I didn't work for so many years. I don't want to clock in and hate and feel that dread of having to go to work every day and not be happy. It's just not something that I want to do. It's just not something that I feel is normal. And we've been conditioned so much that society and our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents have conditioned us and tried to get us to think that that is normal, that that is okay. And I work with older people, so to see older people still get to their age and have to deal with the BS that we deal with now, it kind of showed you, like, you did all that hard work, and what do you have to show for it? Like some of my members that I do work with, it is like this. Don't own their own home, barely making it with Social Security, barely getting by, and people are normalizing this. This is not normal. But if you're too busy focused on your 12 or 8-hour shift, and you got to focus on kids and other stuff when you get off of work, you don't have time to sit around and actually think about things and how better things could be in this world and what you can do and how you can change it. It's all a big ass distraction. It really, really is. That's how I see work. Just a distraction for us. We've been tricked into thinking that we need to pick something even though we don't like it and aren't happy with it, just so we can make ends meet. That kind of thinking, it needs to stop. It needs to end. And when I told my elder that I didn't have a dream job, and that I was looking for something to do for right now to make some extra cash, but eventually I'll be in a position to where I'll be getting paid to do the things that I love. And he was like, well, you're just trying to be lazy. It's not lazy. I'm working smarter, not harder. Y'all have been tricked and groomed and conditioned to work hard for the things you want in life, even though some things don't require you to work hard to be happy. You can be successful even if you work less. And there's people out here that actually have the success to back it up and show you. But because you were conditioned in how you grew up, thinking you have to work hard and get it out the mud and still only see pennies when you get a certain age, that this is okay. This shit is not okay. It's not okay with me. It's not something I'm comfortable with. Subconsciously, we all are afraid of something, so we go to work. We're afraid of being homeless, not being able to provide for our family, not being able to buy the materialistic things that we want to buy. Because you have to think about things like this when you put it into perspective, and I did recently. Work is not something that you do because you love it. If you actually love what you do in life, you're not going to consider that work. You're getting paid to do something that you enjoy. And I came to this conclusion from a trip that we took recently to Colorado, where we were talking to the guys who work up in the mountains, and they take tourists up there to do all these different type of things in the mountains, right? And we asked him, is this the kind of work that you do all year round? Do you love your job? And they all told us, this is not a job. We love what we do. Rain, sleet, snow, we're in the mountains. We love this. We live, we breathe this. So we don't consider this work or a job, but just getting paid to do something that we love. And when they said that was like the closing argument, the closing moment for me, because that puts so much into perspective. When I used to get up in the morning, I had really low energy. I would be happy, I would meditate, I would be in a good headspace hours before it's time for me to go in. And when it comes down to the last hour and I know that I have to go and clock in and deal with the things that I have to deal with all day at work, I was miserable. I was not happy. And I'm being honest with myself. I was not happy. And even if I was trying to make myself feel like I was happy and try to tell myself, you're getting paid pretty well, you're able to do this and that, and it's not that bad. Just because you tell yourself something's not that bad doesn't change how you feel inside if you truly don't love what it is you're doing. If you truly don't feel happy, excitement, high vibrational feelings towards what it is that you're doing. And I'm not saying that people who have jobs and actually enjoy their jobs, that they need to stop and find something else to do. What I'm saying is basically that if you love what you do, then I wouldn't consider what you're doing work. If you truly love what you're doing, then I wouldn't consider that work for you. I wouldn't consider that something that you're doing based off of fear. I would consider that you're doing something because you want to do it. I want to get paid accordingly for doing something that I enjoy, for doing something that I love, that I'm content with doing, that would not make me feel low vibrational feelings in the morning, that would not make me feel depressed or stressed. That's what I want. That's what I desire, for a better word. That's what I know is possible. I feel like a lot of people are truly starting to realize nowadays that, and with 2020 and everything that happened in 2020 and moving forward now, I really do realize that people are starting to realize that they can get paid for doing a little bit amount of work and reap big rewards for doing just a little bit of work compared to what they're used to. Or they can get paid to do things that they truly find enjoyable, that they truly do love. For example, there's a story, and this is a true story, a 74-year-old lady, and she's not senile, she doesn't have dementia, Alzheimer's, none of that. She's perfectly in her right mind, and her daughter was in debt, $124,000 in debt. And she was trying to figure out a way to help her daughter. She went and learned how to run YouTube ads and use affiliate marketing at the same time so she can pay off her daughter's debt. And she did it. 74 years old. old lady paid off $124,000 worth of debt. If you put in the time, you put in your time and focus on what it is that you do, that you want to do, and you want to accomplish, it will get done. But if you contemplate on it, you're hesitant, you're scared, you never end up doing that thing, and then you get stuck in the same position, in debt, unhappy, low vibrational feelings, talking bad on everyone, or just not enjoying your life. You end up in a position to where you retire, you're 75 years old and trying to figure out how to pay a $10,000 hospital bill. You're trying to figure out, what's going to happen next on the show because you haven't left out the house in 5 years since you retired because you don't have the money to do what it is that you want to do. That's not the life I want for you. That's not the life that I want for myself. And therefore, so many people are realizing this and they're doing it. So you need to get up and do it too. It's enough room on the table for everybody to eat. But because we grew up in a society that wants us to think that we're constantly running out of the things that we want or things that we need, we always live in this lack mentality when it should be the exact opposite. You don't have to lack if you don't want to. That's the thing. That's the big thing. You're trying to wonder how so many people are doing a certain thing or so many people are accomplishing certain things. It's because there's 8 billion people in this world. People that don't know you. So there's room for everyone to eat, but you have to be willing to get out and get it. You have to be willing to be about it. You have to try. How can you know if you don't try? How can you know? You can't. You can't knock yourself down before you even get to the first step. And then you have to think about it like this. What do you have to lose if you're already in a predicament where there's no more for you to lose? You don't always have to spend what you have or try to make money to invest and do certain things that you want to do. You start small. There's a solution to everything in this world. There is a solution to every and anything. You just have to be willing to do some digging to find out what it is, to find a way. And I can say that personally, that resonates with me because there's certain things in this life that I didn't know, and now I know. And I had to dig for the certain information that I got, but it's valid, and I can use it, and I can help other people with it. So whatever problem you're experiencing now, you have to solve your own problems. We rely too much on other people to interpret things for us and to solve problems for us, even though we don't like the end result. So you solve your own problems. You be your savior. You. Because relying on everybody else is going to leave you in a predicament that you're unhappy. One thing I encourage you guys to do is think about what it is that you really want to do in life. Think about what it is that truly makes you happy. And if that thing that you love to do and really want in life is something that you can do that can fill a need somewhere in the world, you can use that to make an income. But I don't want you to think about what you truly want to do and what you truly love to do only about the money. Because when you think about it from a perspective of, oh, I'm going to just do this thing for the money, it's not going to work out for you. First thing, it's not going to work out for you. Things are not going to align for things to happen for you because you're doing it based on selfish and self-centered reasons. You're doing it based on low vibrational thinking because deep down you're scared. When you're doing something just for the money, you're doing it because you're scared because you think you need the money to do certain things. But when you do things from a high vibrational standpoint, from high vibrational feelings, then the money flows in. For example, when I first started my content creation journey, I was doing things and making content that really wasn't me. It didn't embody who I was as a person. I did it because I thought I was going to be able to grow faster and to make money from it. And it didn't work. Nothing was working. And now I'm growing. Now things are flowing. Things are aligning. And that's because I'm talking and doing things that align with who I am as a person. So when you think about what it is that you love to do and want to do, whether that is be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a content creator, fisherman, whatever it is, if that thing that you're doing is truly what you want to do, things will align for you to make sure that you are happy, that you are fed, that you're good, that you're in a good place. Things will happen for you to where you don't have to stress and worry about how things are going to work out. Things are just going to work out because you're operating from a high vibrational standpoint, and therefore high vibrational results are generating in your life. If you're currently in a situation that you don't want to be in, that you're truly not happy in, figure a way out of it. And trust me, my friend, there's always a way out. But you have to be willing to see, you have to be willing to believe, and you have to be willing to look for it and do the work to get out of the situation. And if you made it to the end, I know that we can achieve and live the life that we want to live and be happy. It doesn't always have to be a grand life. It doesn't have to be the richest, most powerful person in the world to be a life that you enjoy. Long as it's a life that you enjoy, long as it's a life that we enjoy. And I believe that that's something that we will be able to accomplish. So, peace, love, and healing. See you guys next week.